I'd be like, I think I'll just have AIDS. What? How do you clutch a 1v situation? 1v1, 1v2, 1v3, 1v4, 1v5. Although there are a lot of ways to do it, I'm going to go over the process that I use to clutch the round. So we'll go ahead and let this clip play out so you can see what's going on. And then we'll go over my process, how to implement it, and then we'll go over what I could have done differently here. If you want to grow and learn how to clutch for your team, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and turn on your notifications because I'll be putting out more content just like this.
One's top of yellow. That's the closest person I can.
Get on cams, guys. Get on our cams.
Get in there. Just go in, dude.
I'm on him.
Oh, he's in a peak.
One friendly operator remaining.
Yeah, one's top of yellow.
Peek in the window. 2 on yellow.
One dropped.
Do they not know where I am?
No.
2 on yellow.
Oh, they might know where you are.
Yellow Blackbeard.
Balk on yellow.
You have a minute left.
You got time to reload. One bottom yellow.
Yeah, she's, yeah.
It's in a club yellow.
Yellow.
Alright, 2v1, 2v1.
Now the one's coming up yellow.
Meeting. You just saw his head for.
I would just plan it.
One coming yellow.
Just Mr. Blackbeard.
Yellow.
Got it. Probably bathroom
Go
reload.
one, I'd say just go for kill.
15 seconds. 10
You're
seconds.
not loaded.
Here,
You're not
reload.
loaded.
Not loaded.
Go to the other bomb site.
5 seconds left.
Oh my god.
They're playing it
Run out of
while you
time.
listen to this, dude.
So let's start with your mindset. So the very first thing I did was, instead of being bummed about having to, go up against 5 guys, 1v5, I was immediately excited because for me, that's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to clutch the round, and it's an opportunity to, kind of show off, if you will. So for me, I was excited that it was a 1v5, even though it was like tough and stressful. So that's kind of the first thing I want to say is change your mentality about clutching. Clutching, having to clutch can suck, especially if you're in less than ideal situations. But try to think of it, first thing I would do is think of it as a good thing. Yes, I get to clutch. I get to show everyone how it's done. That's the first thing I do is be grateful that I get to try and clutch. Very next thing that I do is look at the time. So I actually looked at the time as I'm rappelling in here, and I didn't necessarily mean to rappel in as somebody was shooting my teammate, but it just so happened that way, and I couldn't stop. There's no stop rappel button, so in I go. This kind of leads me to the next step, which was, where's the diffuser? Of course I have the diffuser in this case, but if I didn't have the diffuser, that would be the very next thing, is where is the diffuser? Who has it? Do I have it? Do they have it? Are they holding it? Very next thing. Next thing is, where are the remaining guys? Are they close? Do I know where they are? Are my buddies calling them out? Where were they last seen? Have your teammates call them out. So try to get that information from your teammates. Where are they? Where are the remaining guys? Very important in a 1v clutch situation. And I wanted to make note that the reason you saw me laying there, and you probably heard my comms, was because I thought they knew that I was in. I just assumed that the guy that was staring at me obviously saw me rappel in. So I was expecting them to all storm me, aggro, rush me. So I tried to hold a tight angle on where I thought they were gonna push next, which was the connector. And then you hear me like, do they not know where I am? And so once I realized that they didn't know where I am, I'm in a better situation. And apparently one of them knew where I was because he starts throwing impacts at me. Or maybe he suspected where I was. I don't know why he didn't just start shooting. Kind of weird. My mentality right now is wean them down. because at 3v5, or I'm sorry, at 1v5, they're going to start really aggro pushing, and they're not going to be afraid to try and kill you. They're going to be all storming in, flocking in, trying to kill you, and they're going to do stupid stuff, which is what you need to expect and what you need to be ready to capitalize on. You need to be ready to capitalize on all the mistakes they're about to make.
Rock on yellow.
Like this Doc, I mean, apparently he has no clue where I am, but he just like pushes right in, thinks he knows. Get an easy kill on him, like freak the heck out of me. But and then this Valkyrie, I mean, she just runs right up the stairs, probably gets a call out, but like I get an easy kill on her too, doesn't know I'm holding an angle on her. So they're just really pushing aggressively, not really thinking things through, and that's what you need to count on, especially when it's 1v3 and up. Now it's 1v2, they're going to be playing way more cautious. Now that I've killed 3 of them, they're like, oh, okay, this guy's not easy to kill, apparently, and it's 1v2, he could keep killing us. So now they're going to start playing really passive and start holding angles. And the cool thing about this is they might be a little bit scared too, and they should be. So now you can play on that. You can feel pretty confident that most of the time in a 1v2, both of them are going to be playing pretty passive. Not all the time, but most of the time. I want to kind of take actually a minute to point out something I could have done way better here, which was, now that I have weaned them down, in my opinion, personally, I should have pushed probably back to where I started and started baiting the diffuser right away. Or try to probably plant in an area where if I pull off, I only have to look in one direction to where they're going to be pushing, because I knew there was a guy yellow and I knew there was a guy connector. So a little bit challenging still because they're split apart, 2 different directions, but I think that's what I should have done right here. As you see, I end up just baiting it right here, which was kind of a mistake because I end up getting shot through the soft wall, which I end up killing the one guy that I baited, but gets me down to 1 HP, which in my opinion I should have pushed back behind the council desk and baited there, because then I would have been pre-fired. Probably at least one of them would have pushed me, could have killed, probably the Jaeger would have pushed me, or maybe they wouldn't have heard the diffuser. So I think I should have tried to plant there. Let me know in the comments below what you think I should have done in that situation. Okay, I'm 1 HP, so now I'm like, holy cow. Obviously I have to be really smart. And 18 seconds. So another thing that I did here was I wasted too much time. Wasted way too much time on the last 2 guys. I think I played it right with the with the first 3 guys, which was basically just hold angles and wait for them to push me, because that's what they were doing anyways. And they're making those mistakes. They weren't playing smart. They weren't coordinating with each other. But when it got to 1v2, you have to start being more aggressive with your push, with your strategy. So as soon as I got down to 1v2, I should have repositioned myself, like I was talking about earlier, behind the desk, in my opinion. Let me know what you think. And I should have baited the plant earlier on. Now I'm at 16 seconds and 1 HP, which is not ideal at all. But thankfully I got a call out that he was still on yellow. Well, I knew he was still on yellow because he started shooting me through the wall.
15 seconds. 15
Another mistake I made here was just not reloading all the way. And I didn't even catch it. Thankfully my teammates let me know before I took the gunfight, like, look, you still need to reload. So I wasted a lot of time. This whole ring around the rosy thing actually could have worked for me. I don't know if it was necessarily the play. I don't think going for the plant was the play, because the guy would have had plenty of time to push me. But what I really did wrong there was I leaned. I leaned at just the wrong time, and I really didn't need to lean. I could have held a tighter angle on yellow and expected him to push it because he was full sending up the yellow stairs. Before he was just running away. But I think because I was spotted pushing into the other room, I think they called out that I was planting or that I was going for a plant. And so he starts full sending. And that was kind of my plan, was to run across, make him think that I was going to go for a plant near the bomb site, and then push out and kill. And it almost worked. I just did a stupid lean for some reason. I wasn't thinking straight. And like missed all my shots on him, and then of course I was out of time. So let's see if let's make sure I went through the process here. I actually have a bullet point process, and oftentimes I will pull out just on my phone. I will pull this process out and read through it really quick because it's a lot of steps and it can be hard to remember in the moment. So I honestly I'll put it in the comments section below. I recommend you copy and paste this, put it on your phone, and if you get into a 1v1, if you can, pull it out and look at it. You know, try to take a look at it. It'll help. So what I think I really should have done there was bait the defuse multiple times earlier on. You have to, when you have, so I started out with a minute 25. When you have a minute 25, you want to almost be not in a hurry, but you really want to try and maximize your time as early as possible, because those last two guys or last one guy is going to waste your time. That's what they're going to do. That's the smart thing to do anyway, is to waste time, because you're an attacker. You have to make all the moves. They just have to react. One of the things I should have done better is really maximize my time early on and started baiting the diffuser at the very least, or trying to go for kills more aggressively, which for me, I don't think, I mean, I could have gone for kills, but I think baiting the diffuser is better because they have to come to you. And that's what you want to be. That's the situation you want to be in. All the guys that I killed, most all of them, they came to me. So that's, to keep that trend, you can bait the diffuser. Keep them rolling in. That's what you want, because they don't know exactly where you are unless they're pinging you. Even if they have a call out. So, but if you push into them and they're already holding an angle on you, that's hard. And you're probably going to die. So, bait the diffuser. So, kind of the next thing I want to make important in clutching is to play with good teammates. Because even if your teammates are good but they die, they're going to give you good callouts and they're going to be for you. And especially if they play with you a lot and they know that you like to try and clutch the situation, they're not going to be like, oh, okay, GG, or oh, good round, or whatever, start playing on their phone. They're going to get on camps, they're going to tell you where they last died, they're going to give you all the information you need and call out for you so that you can get a clutch, because it is so hard to clutch without good information. It really is. As you could hear throughout the comms, the team was giving me all kinds of good information, which really helped me, because I was just, you know, they were telling me, oh, yellow, oh, meeting, you know. It's like, I didn't know that stuff. I'm over here trying not to die in a 1v5. So having good teammates to call stuff out is going to be really important to being able to clutch. The last step to being able to clutch better is doing exactly what I'm doing here and going back and looking at your clutches or your near clutches and realizing what you did wrong, what you need to do faster, what you need to do better. Basically analyzing your clutches and seeing where you made the mistake and what you need to do next time. Making a mental note or even writing it down so you don't forget is huge. It's been huge for me because it can be so hard to tell what you did wrong in the moment or even hindsight versus going back and watching your clips. Holy cow, I could have done X, Y, and Z. Like early on, 3 times I didn't realize these 5 things that I could have done. So that's going to be huge in you being able to clutch better. So go back, clip your games, your clutches, and go back and watch them. Go back and watch them and figure out what you did wrong. Figure out, for me, I try to find 3 solutions to the problem. I try to, basically, if I see something I did wrong, I try to find out 3 other ways I could have done it better so that next time I'll remember that when I get into a similar situation. If you liked this video and you found it helpful, go ahead, like and subscribe and turn on your notifications because I'll be putting out more content just like this. Next week I'll be putting out a video on how to clutch on defend. It's a little bit different than attack. So I wanted to go over that with you guys. Don't forget to apply these tips in your gameplay and go ahead and copy and paste the bullet point list of how to clutch down below. I put it in the description and I will see you soon. Well done, everyone.